Welcome back, Focus Learners. Let's jump right into today's explainer, where we're tackling something absolutely crucial, the 2026 American retirement crisis. If you're paying attention, you've probably already felt it. Something in the basic math of American life is seriously shifting. Today, we're not just guessing. We're diving deep into the hard numbers to see exactly how the system broke, where the massive gaps are, and most importantly, the exact survival strategies you can use to protect yourself. Let's get into it.
Okay, I want you to look at this shocking number right here, $10,000. Right now, as we speak, 34 million Americans are heading straight toward retirement with less than 10 grand saved up. I mean, let that sink in for a second. According to recent data from Outlier Kit, 88 million adults are literally in a financial crisis right now, today, in 2026. So this isn't some far-off distant projection. It's the mathematical reality of today. For millions of people, the reality is stark. Zero pension, no backup plan, absolutely nothing. And listen, we aren't just talking about 20-somethings who just got their first job and haven't had time to save. No, we're talking about folks in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. These are people nearing their golden years who are completely trapped by a system that was honestly supposed to protect them. Section 1. Why the system failed. The death of the pension. So let's rewind a bit. 50 years ago, the deal was pretty straightforward. You worked for 30 years and you got a pension. The employer took on literally all the risk, and you got a guaranteed fixed monthly income for the rest of your life. Simple, right? But then in 1974, a new law was passed that completely killed that setup. It allowed companies to replace those guaranteed pensions with 401k plans. And just like that, the entire burden shifted onto you, the worker. Now you take all the risk, and it's basically a market gamble. As Lemon Light points out, this monumental shift leaves millions of baby boomers incredibly vulnerable right now, especially if a market downturn hits right when they want to retire.
Section 2. The 401k illusion, a false sense of security.
Now, what's really crazy about the 401k is how Wall Street has basically sold everyone an illusion of safety. Financial experts have this thing called the 4% rule. It's a standard strategy that says you can safely withdraw 4% of your savings every year without running out of money. Okay, let's do the math on that. The average 401k balance for someone aged 55 to 64 is about $185,000. Sounds like a decent chunk of change, right? But when you apply that 4% rule, it leaves you with a stark $7,400 for the entire year.
And this right here perfectly illustrates the broken math. If you divide that yearly payout by 12, you get just $616 a month in income. Meanwhile, the average rent in 2026 is over $1,900. We have millions of people who have diligently saved their whole lives, but they literally cannot survive on $600 a month when just keeping a roof over their head costs triple that. It's just wild.
Section 3. The Social Security mistake, claiming too early.
Now, for the people thinking, well, I'll just rely on the government, you're in for a really rude awakening. The government has quietly admitted that by the year 2034, which is literally just 8 years away, the Social Security Trust Fund is going to be depleted. Once we hit that mark under current law, they'll only be able to pay out about 77% of promised benefits. The reserve simply won't be there. Because of this panic, we're seeing a massive mistake happening across the country. Financial expert Dave Ramsey, highlighted via Lemon Light, warns that out of sheer desperation, nearly half of Americans are claiming Social Security as early as possible at age 62. But here's the catch. Claiming that early slashes your monthly benefits by up to 30%. That single decision compounds over 20 years of retirement, and it can easily cost you over $100,000 in lifetime income. It is a devastating mistake.
Section 4. The Hidden Wealth Killers, Healthcare and Inflation.
Okay, so let's talk about the invisible forces actively destroying whatever savings you do manage to scrape together. First up, healthcare. The average retired couple is going to spend a staggering $315,000 just on medical costs. And long-term care, that'll run you 5 to 10 grand a month, and 70% of us are going to need it eventually. Add in the massive out-of-pocket bills from Medicare gaps, and it's terrifying. Plus, data from Animoto shows employer health costs are jumping by over 6% in 2026 alone. Basically, healthcare is a single, massive expense that can wipe out a lifetime of careful saving in a flash.
And then there's inflation. A retirement lifestyle that cost $50,000 a year back in 2015 now takes over $67,000 to maintain in 2026. It's no wonder Outlier Kits data shows only 26% of people actually feel financially better off today. And with vidIQ noting that inflation is projected to stay well above the Federal Reserve's 2% target, your stagnant savings are literally making you poorer every single year. You're losing purchasing power just by standing still.
Section 5. 3 Steps to Survive. Take control today. So what does this all mean for us? It's time to shift from panic to empowerment. Here is your exact, actionable survival plan. Step 1. Start small immediately. Step 2. Maximize your employer match. And Step 3. Open a Roth IRA today. Now, Outlier Kit notes that 55% of people plan to save more, but the real secret isn't planning, it's time. Look at this. Just $50 a month, invested at a 10% return starting at age 30, balloons to $113,000 by age 65. Every year you wait costs you irreplaceable compound interest.
Let's zoom in on Step 2, the employer match. If your company offers a standard 3 to 4% match, on a $60,000 salary, that is roughly $1,800 to $2,400 in literal free money every single year. Listen to me on this. Failing to maximize this match is literally turning down thousands of dollars in guaranteed cash year after year. Do not leave that on the table.
And finally, Step 3, the Roth IRA. This is a real game changer. A Roth IRA can save you $40,000 to $60,000 in taxes on a $200,000 account. Why? Because you put in after-tax dollars today, and then your money enjoys decades of completely tax-free growth. When it's time to pull it out in retirement, you pay the IRS absolutely nothing. Zero. You keep massive amounts of real wealth right in your own pocket where it belongs. So the ultimate question remains, will you wait around for a broken system to somehow fix your retirement, or will you take complete control of your financial future starting today? It is completely up to you. I want to challenge you right now. Drop a comment below saying retired free if you are committing to taking action. And hey, make sure you hit subscribe to Dollar Facts Daily, because next week's explainer is going to be a deep dive into the 7 IRS tax secrets you absolutely do not want to miss. Catch you then.